Welcome back to the Calm Mind channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart and has the potential to transform your life. We're talking about the power of simplicity and how it can guide us to happiness. In our fast-paced, complex world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We're constantly bombarded with information, responsibilities, and choices. But what if the key to happiness lies not in adding more, but in embracing less? In this video, we're going to explore the philosophy of simplicity. We'll delve into its definition, its importance, and how it's been viewed by philosophers throughout history. We'll also share practical steps on how you can embrace simplicity in your daily life and discuss how it can lead to a happier, more contented life. So, if you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or just curious about how to live a simpler, happier life, this video is for you. Let's embark on this journey together and discover the joy of embracing life's simplicity. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy our content, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. Now, let's get started. Understanding simplicity. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into understanding what simplicity really means. Simplicity, in its essence, is about paring back, reducing to the essentials, and removing the unnecessary. It's about finding clarity amidst the chaos, and focusing on what truly matters. In the context of life and philosophy, simplicity isn't just about having less stuff. It's about reducing mental clutter, simplifying our decisions, and focusing our energy on things that bring us joy and fulfillment. Complexity, on the other hand, often leads to stress and unhappiness. It can make us feel overwhelmed, anxious, and trapped. It's like being in a room full of noise, where it's hard to hear your own thoughts. But when we simplify, we create space. Space to breathe, to think, to be. And in that space, we often find peace and happiness. So, simplicity isn't about deprivation or boredom. It's about clarity, focus, and peace. It's about choosing quality over quantity and valuing experiences over possessions. The philosophy of simplicity. Now that we've explored what simplicity means, let's delve into the philosophy of simplicity. Throughout history, many philosophers have advocated for a simple life. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, taught that simplicity leads to a harmonious life. Socrates lived a life of voluntary poverty, believing that a simple life allows for greater focus on personal growth and moral virtue. And Thoreau, in his famous work Walden, extolled the virtues of a life close to nature and free from societal complexities. These philosophers, and many others, saw simplicity not as a sacrifice, but as a path to freedom, peace, and happiness. They understood that by reducing external distractions, we can focus on our inner world, our values, and our personal growth. In our modern world, this philosophy is more relevant than ever. We're constantly bombarded with information, choices, and pressures. But by embracing simplicity, we can cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters. So, how can we apply this philosophy in our own lives? It starts with understanding that simplicity is a choice. It's about consciously deciding what to let in and what to let go. It's about prioritizing our mental and emotional well-being over societal pressures and expectations. Embracing simplicity. Now that we've explored the philosophy of simplicity, let's discuss how we can embrace it in our daily lives. Embracing simplicity often starts with decluttering. This isn't just about physical clutter, but also mental and emotional clutter. It's about letting go of the things, thoughts, and habits that no longer serve us. Start by decluttering your physical space. Donate or recycle things you no longer need. Organize your workspace. Create a calm, peaceful environment that reflects your desire for simplicity. Next, declutter your mind. Practice mindfulness. Meditate. Write in a journal. Spend time in nature. These activities can help you clear your mind and focus on the present moment. Finally, declutter your schedule. Prioritize your time. Say no to commitments that don't align with your values or bring you joy. Make time for rest and relaxation. Remember, embracing simplicity is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent changes that align with your desire for a simpler, happier life. Simplicity and happiness. We've talked about what simplicity is and how to embrace it. Now, let's explore how simplicity can lead to happiness. Simplicity and happiness are deeply interconnected. When we simplify, we create space for joy, peace, and fulfillment. We reduce stress, increase focus, and make room for what truly matters. Think about it. When your mind is cluttered with worries, fears, and to-do lists, it's hard to feel happy. But when you clear away the unnecessary, you create room for happiness to flow in. And this isn't just a philosophical concept. Numerous scientific studies support the link between simplicity and happiness. Researchers have found that people who prioritize experiences over possessions, who declutter their lives, and who practice mindfulness, tend to be happier. So, embracing simplicity isn't just about reducing clutter or stress. It's a pathway to happiness. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values, that gives you peace, and that brings you joy. Challenges in embracing simplicity. Embracing simplicity can be a transformative journey, but like any journey, it comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest challenges is dealing with the initial overwhelm. When we first start to simplify, it can seem like a daunting task. There's physical clutter to deal with, habits to change, and societal pressures to navigate. Another challenge is staying committed. It's easy to slip back into old habits, especially in a society that often equates more with better. But remember, simplicity is a journey, not a destination. It's about making consistent, conscious choices that align with your desire for a simpler, happier life. The key to overcoming these challenges is to start small and be patient with yourself. Choose one area of your life to simplify first. Celebrate your progress. And remember, every step you take towards simplicity is a step towards a happier, more fulfilling life. Conclusion. As we draw to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed today. Simplicity, as we've seen, is not about deprivation or living without. It's about making conscious choices, focusing on what truly matters, and letting go of the rest. It's a philosophy, a way of life that can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. We've also explored how simplicity can lead to happiness. By reducing clutter, whether physical or mental, we create space for joy, peace, and contentment. We've heard inspiring stories of people who've found happiness through simplicity, and we've seen scientific evidence supporting this link. But we also acknowledged that embracing simplicity is not without its challenges. It requires a shift in mindset, a break from consumer culture, and the courage to let go. Yet, with determination and commitment, these challenges can be overcome. In conclusion, simplicity is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. It's about finding balance, appreciating the little things, and living a life that aligns with your values. I encourage each one of you to start your journey towards simplicity. It may not be easy, but I assure you, it's worth it. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're all in this together, learning and growing, one step at a time. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this discussion has inspired you to explore the beauty of simplicity. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so please feel free to share in the comments below. Until next time, remember, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Take care and stay simple.